Welcome to step 2 for creating a print job for your 3D printer. This step, after exporting from Autodesk Inventor, is going to be how to use CatalystEX to develop the type of file needed to send to your 3D printer. I'm Joe Siskowski from School District U46. I'm a CT Instructional Technology Coach, and it's March 20th, 2014. So let's get started. First thing, I already opened up CatalystEX. Here it is. The icon will probably look something like this on your computer. It might look different, but this is the same for most versions. So the first step, once you open up CatalystEX, is going to be to go to File, Open STL, and then go find where you saved your exported STL files. I created a demo folder to make it easy. So the first one I'm going to do is this socket. Okay, so step 2 is to go through each tab. So here you're going to want to set up the correct printer. You can adjust these settings. I always like to check between low density, high density, and solid depending on the thickness of the part. Then you can change number of copies, units, and then scale if you want to change the scale. Next step is to go to orientation. And this is just something you'll learn with experience, what the best orientation is. If you have a water-soluble printer, it's not as necessary to worry about it, but you also want to try to use as little support material so it lasts as long as possible. So to do this, I'm going to rotate, and you'll see here Z, Y, and X. I'm going to rotate on the X 180 degrees. I could have also typed that in up here. Next step is I want to process STL and then add to pack. So processing the STL looks at the different layers that the printer has to create. Once that's done, you can hit add to pack, and then when you look at the pack, this is showing you what, make this bigger, what your plate in your 3D printer looks like. In this pack section, you can copy it if you want more than one. You can remove from pack, delete. It will show you a list in the lower right. You can name what this pack is called. So these were individual part files from Inventor. Once you've entered those parts, let's say you have a second part you want to put in the same pack, you can go to Open STL again. And this time I'm going to do a whole assembly. Okay, it's a little large, so this time I'm going to leave it as one copy, and I'm going to turn the scale down to 0.75. And then if you hit enter, it changes it. This shows you, the box in here is showing you the plate on the 3D printer. So again, check for sparse. High density will work for this situation. Orientation, that looks good already, that's where we want it. So now I'm going to process STL. It thinks about what it has to do to create this part. Once it's done, hit add to pack, and then we can go look at the pack, and it will fit it in appropriately. You can move these around. The program will automatically do this as well. So you can clear pack if you've messed something up and you want to start from scratch. You can also save pack. Notice this is a .cmb file. I like doing this in the same folder that I created the STL files in, because if anything happens on the print job, especially something that you're doing a lot of parts to, you won't have to redo all these inserting of parts. You could just open up the CMB file, which right here you see that underneath pack, insert CMB file, and then it will bring in what you've already created one time through as is. You'll notice here it will tell you model material for the job needed, support material for the job needed, and then how much time it will take. Once you're done, you can go ahead and hit print and set the printer you want. I don't have a printer hooked up to this computer currently, but that's where printer status will come in. If it's seeing that it's connected, it will say idle or job in process, how much time's left. And then there's a lot more features underneath printer services. You can look up previous print jobs and other things you've done with that printer. Hope this helps, and good luck with your rapid prototyping.